Hello and welcome back to the English Hour, where we explore English in a way that is practical, engaging, and deeply connected to real life. Today, I want to talk about something that changes the way most people think about learning English, something that can completely transform your progress if you truly understand it. That idea is simple but powerful. Fluency is not a skill, it's a habit. Let me explain. When most learners think about fluency, they imagine a skill you either have or you don't, like being able to play the piano or ride a bike. They think, I need to learn the rules, practice the techniques, and then I will be fluent. But fluency doesn't work that way. Fluency is built in small, consistent actions repeated over time. It's about creating habits that make speaking, thinking, and understanding English a natural part of your daily life. I want to share a story about one of my students, Mia. Maya had been studying English for years. She knew tons of vocabulary, she could understand movies without subtitles, and she could write essays perfectly. But she wasn't fluent. Every time she tried to speak, she hesitated, worried about grammar, worried about mistakes, and often stopped mid-sentence. Then we made a change. Instead of focusing on perfect sentences, we focused on building small daily habits. She started speaking to herself for 5 minutes every morning, describing her day, her thoughts, or even what she was cooking. She joined a small online conversation group twice a week, not to impress anyone, but simply to speak. Slowly, over a few months, those small habits compounded. She began speaking more confidently. Her pauses became shorter, and fluency finally started to feel natural. The secret wasn't some special skill, it was the habit of daily English use. Think about it this way. Habits are powerful because they become automatic. You don't think about brushing your teeth, making coffee, or taking a shower, it just happens. That's what you want for English. When speaking, listening, and thinking in English become habitual, fluency follows naturally. You don't have to stop and analyze every sentence. You don't have to translate everything in your head. You just do it because it's part of your routine. Many learners get stuck because they treat English like a skill that needs to be mastered perfectly. They study grammar obsessively, memorize lists of words, and wait for the right moment to speak. But fluency doesn't come from waiting. It comes from repetition, consistency, and immersion. Every time you speak, read, or think in English, you are strengthening the habit. Over time, your brain and mouth start working together automatically. Speaking becomes easier, sentences flow naturally, and mistakes become less intimidating. Let me give another example. One of my students, Daniel, struggled with speaking English confidently for years. He would prepare sentences in his head before speaking, and then freeze when the moment arrived. We focused on building the habit of daily practice. He started narrating his day in English for 10 minutes every morning, listening to short English podcasts and repeating phrases aloud while cooking or walking. He didn't worry about mistakes or perfection. After a few months, something amazing happened. His fluency improved faster than it had in years of traditional study. Why? Because he had created the habit of using English every day, making it part of his life rather than a test he had to pass. Another important point is that habits reduce the mental load. When you rely on habit instead of perfection, speaking English feels lighter. You don't have to plan every word in advance. You don't have to translate every thought. Your brain becomes trained to process English naturally. This is why fluent speakers often sound effortless, even if they make mistakes along the way. Fluency is about flow, not flawlessness. So, how can you start building this habit? Begin small, but begin consistently. Speak to yourself for a few minutes every day. Record your voice and listen back. Join short conversation groups online. Read out loud, narrate your daily activities, and repeat sentences from movies or podcasts. The key is consistency. 1 hour of practice once a week is far less effective than 10 minutes every single day. Make English a habit, something you do without thinking, and fluency will follow naturally. Remember, the goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to make English part of your life. Every habit, no matter how small, contributes to fluency. Just like brushing your teeth or exercising regularly, the more consistent you are, the more automatic it becomes. Mistakes don't matter, they are part of the process, part of building the habit that leads to effortless speaking. Thank you for joining me today on the English Hour. I want you to take this idea to heart. Fluency is not a skill you master in a single course or through endless grammar drills. Fluency is a habit you build day by day, action by action, word by word. Start small, stay consistent, embrace mistakes, and watch your English grow naturally. Until next time, keep practicing, keep speaking, and make English a habit that becomes part of your life.